Okay, so welcome to the only ramble video where I'm recording while I'm naked. Okay, no, not really, but I mean, I could be naked, like you never know. I mean, I don't think recording in this weather is a really good idea anyway. Recording naked, I mean, because it's like fucking freezing right now. And winter's cool, it's a pretty romantic season, because right now it's actually winter in Australia, so it was like pissing down with the rain the other day, so that was pretty cool. But like one of the only downsides of winter is, it's cold as fuck. It can get really fucking cold sometimes. I can't fucking stand the fucking cold. And also because I don't get to wear my fucking favorite Hawaiian shirt. God, that's such a good fucking shirt, man. So I can't wear that summer outfit because it's winter and I'll fucking freeze to death if I do wear it. But yeah, I'm home alone for the first time in like a million years. It actually feels like really weird recording this right now because, it's been so long since I made a ramble video. That's something that I've kind of noticed, like every time that I go like so long without uploading, and then when I do record again, it feels like really fucking weird. I actually like recorded like another video. It was like a phone video where like I'm in my car and that was a few days ago, and I recorded in my car because I wasn't home alone at the time. And then fast forward a few days later, which is like right now, I'm home alone again, and I just wish I just waited a few days because I wasted like really good ramblings and really good stories, on that video. And by wasted, quote unquote, I mean like, I wasted a good ramble video on a phone. When you record on a phone, obviously the quality is gonna be like way worse than if you record on a real microphone. I might post it, maybe not, but I really liked that video, but I didn't like the quality of it. Like, since phone microphones, don't have a pop filter, so to speak, most of the video was like like you can hear like the P's and the T's. Like whenever I said P, it was like I mean, I could just, repeat what I said in the Ramble video, but like, I don't know, like when I recorded that video a few days ago, I felt like extra happy for some reason. And I, like, just the way that I told the ramblings, just the way that I, made the video, you can tell that I was like really happy. And so I feel like if I just repeat what I said in that Ramble video, it wouldn't be as good. God damn. They sound like really close. I don't know if you can hear that, but I hear like a bunch of like Westies outside, like older, like boomer Westies. But yeah, man, like, I've always wanted to do a video where like, I'm recording, what's on my screen and I'm just like browsing the web and I'm talking about shit that I find on the web because that's actually what I do in like, most of my Ramble videos. Like right now, I'm just like browsing my fucking YouTube homepage. And I've actually like, I think I made a video where I did this. I could just like start screen recording like right now, but there's just like nothing to talk about, nothing worth mentioning. It's just like mindless browsing like as I ramble.
We saved $85 by literally clicking twice and installing a free browser add-on. Honey, anytime you...
Oh god, I fucking hate rich people so fucking much. See, that's the thing, right? Like, fuck, you can't even say you hate rich people anymore without being lumped as a communist. I used to think that bashing rich people was like cringeworthy as fuck, and to be fair, it is cringeworthy, but just like, the more older I get, the more like jealous and like pissed off I get at rich people for like the obvious reason. Like the only reason why people hate rich people is because they don't have that money. Like any other reason is a fucking cope, and I'm admitting it. Like the reason why I'm jealous of rich people is because I want their money. I'm fucking jealous. I'm salty as fuck. I like how a Mr. Beast ad just fucking started this rant about how much I fucking hate rich people. You know what we should do? We should take all the money from, women's shelters, women's domestic violence hotlines, which I don't even know why that exists. That's pretty cringeworthy. Like, they should just call it, a domestic violence hotline, not a women's domestic violence hotline. That's like fucking retarded. And like just the fact that women's shelters exist as well. Like, why not just call it a fucking shelter? What if a male is a domestic violence victim? Would the women's shelter like turn him down? No. I tell you what you could do, because it's the year 2020. What you could do is, play by their rules and use their rules against them. So if you're a man who wants to, get into a women's shelter, all you have to do is, sexually identify as a woman. I don't think you don't have to, get any, surgeries or, inject yourself with hormones. No, just identify as a woman, they don't even have to wear a fucking wig. So because you're playing by the rules, they'll have to let you in. And if not, you can just sue them, because that's how 2020 works. But like I was saying, we should take the money from all of these, shelters and hotlines. We should take all that money, okay, and just give it to me. I deserve it. I like how that's become like a meme in the incel chat room. Like whenever someone brings up anything like money related, like I would always just say, they should just give their money to me. I deserve it. The funding for a rape victim support group, give all that money to me. Charities for people living in third world countries, give that money to me. I deserve it. And Black lives don't matter, only my life does. Okay, no money for Mixtapian, yet you don't see people rioting about that. It's funny how like whenever an incel like does something violent, it's like considered terrorism, but whenever black people like riot and loot and pillage, flipping over cars and burning flags, like they call it activism. No, it's not terrorism, it's activism. Incel lives matter, and you bet your ass Corona is fake. It's a hoax. It's fake. Okay, so this is a subreddit that I actually love it. I love so much, right? It's called r/Corona hoax, right? And wait, let me go on it right now, actually. Corona hoax. And the title of the subreddit, it's pretty, self-explanatory. And I'm trying to find this post where this fucking guy was like, oh yeah, I bet you guys feel real stupid now. Where the fuck is it? I'm trying to find it. Fuck, I can't find it, but I swear to God, like, I saw this guy, right? Like, he went out of his way to go on, the Corona hoax subreddit to make a text post saying, oh yeah, you guys are fucking stupid. Like, okay, then why are you here? I really hope I piss off as many people as possible with this video, because I've already, like, in this video, I've already made fun of, women's rights. I've already made fun of Black Lives Matter. And, like, I've already made, like, the worst take ever that one could ever have about coronavirus. Like, the goal of this video is to piss off as many people as possible. Okay, that's the goal here. Evoking a reaction from other people who are so fucking self-righteous to the point where they feel the need to, prove themselves to, other people. Oh yeah, racism is bad. I'm such a good person. And remember guys, if you are feeling suicidal, I'm going to leave all these suicidal hotlines for you. I'm such a good person. I don't get people who post like suicide hotlines on Reddit. Okay, I do know why. It's pretty obvious, they want a virtue signal, they want a karma whore, they want brownie points, okay? This shit is like fucking hilarious. Now I have a reason to actually record my screen. Hold on. So I want to type in exit bag, okay? And it has like, it does show like the suicide in a website. And so, okay. So now I want to type in 4chan exit bag, and then you can see the big ass virtue signaling suicide hotline phone number. And I've never been really political on this channel, if you want to consider this political, but in my opinion, I think it's like so fucking cruel if you want to, keep, a vegetable alive. And a vegetable meaning, of course, like someone who's like so permanently damaged to the point where they're breathing, but they can't talk, move, or do anything. They're just being alive for the sake of being alive. I think that's such a cruel existence. It kind of reminds me of that South Park episode where Kenny was a vegetable, and he wrote in his will that I think he wanted to be killed, I don't know, but he definitely said like, and dude, for the love of God, don't show me in that condition on national television. But don't call the hotlines, okay? It'll just make you more suicidal, okay? And like, I could give you the typical advice of, go call a hotline, go see a psychologist, go see a therapist. But if you're suicidal, you've heard that advice so many fucking times. That's why it fucking irks me. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me pissed whenever, the subject comes up, because I'm reminded of all this virtue signaling. It's mostly Redditors. Like, they piss me off so much. That's why I deleted my Reddit account. I'm still gonna keep it in the about section of my YouTube channel, mostly because it's, hilarious as fuck. And you open that link, it'll just say, this user has deleted his account. You must have 4,000 IQ to understand that humor. It's basically saying, I fucking hate Reddit. Don't call a hotline because, not because they're like, they'll tell you the same advice that you've heard like a million times, which clearly hasn't helped. if they believe that you're gonna hurt yourself, what they'll do is they'll send an ambulance to your house, right? They'll drive you to the hospital. You might talk to like a psychiatrist or like some sort of, mental evaluator. And if you're lucky, they'll send you back home. But if you're unlucky, you'll be, sent to a fucking mental asylum. You'll be put in like a mental hospital. And then you'll wake up the next morning with like this fucking big ass ambulance bill. I don't know if Medicare covers like ambulance rides. I have no idea. But I'm sure in other states and like other countries, they'll charge you like a fuck ton of money for that ambulance ride. Even though you didn't call the ambulance, they just fucking send an ambulance to your house without, your permission. Which I guess it's not a bad thing. Look, I'm no commie or anything, right? But I feel like if you're a suicidal person who wakes up the next morning with like a $3,000 bill, I think that will just make you even more suicidal. Like, that's not, fixing the problem, isn't it? That's just making the problem worse. And, I understand, the ambulance niggas gotta get paid. I want my paper, man. Yo, that's fucked up, man. Those statistics are racist, man. Black Lives Matter, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to court. I mean, I don't want to go to court, man. Yeah, I want to go get arrested, man. Grove Street for life, man. Fuck, I hope I don't get strikes for this video. Fuck. Satire, it's a joke. I love Tupac.
I really don't like crooked police.
So you feel okay about other police?
I like
Police, is that your
police.
statement?
I like everybody that just does their job.
I would love people
police.
saying,
I like
"Oh, Leaf, you
everybody
come
that
back."
just
I would
does their
love to
job.
see
I
Leaf
mean,
come
it
back
depends
and
on.
try
I
to
don't know.
Like, I literally have Michael Jackson and Biggie and Tupac as one of my, laptop wallpapers. But, just try and understand, the consequences for the suicidal people that you're supposedly trying to help. So yeah, that's my take on, suicide and like suicidal people and like the resources available to suicidal people. It's a bit of a controversial take, I know, but so because it is my opinion, I can't really, lie to you. Like, I'm just being real, you know what I'm saying? Ironically, the incel community, made me a happier person. I'm just presented with the truth, the facts, you know what I'm saying? But I don't get why. Those YouTube videos where like, incels, they go on like some fucking normie talk show / podcast type of thing. Usually they're like streaming on Twitch or whatever. Maybe they'll stream on YouTube, I don't know. But it's basically like, 2 hours of an antagonistic host just bullying, some incel who wanted to, shed some light on the subject of the black pill and, things of that nature. Like, I have never seen like, one of those normie talk shows where like the host is like, open-minded and like, approaching the incel with compassion. But instead, the host is usually antagonistic and like self-centered, conceited. And on top of that, the incel, he has to deal with a hostile audience, the live chat and the comment section after the video is like finished streaming. And we all know the real reason why the host wants to, have the incel come on his shitty talk show. It's for the viewers, it's for the novelty of having a quote-unquote black-pilled incel on their show, because, to normies, it's kind of like a buzzword to them. It's like, one of those trending words that I think normies have ruined as well, kind of like simp. Simp has been ruined for like, ages now. And I feel like slowly the word incel is, it's gonna be ruined as well. I think it may as well already be ruined at this point. But, it's one of those buzzwords that, these big ass YouTubers use to like, milk for viewers. The host doesn't give a fuck about the incel's well-being, let me tell you that. It's for the money, the views, the clout, whatever, kids these days say. Yeah, Twitter beef. Yeah, Twitter beef. But yeah, that's all for today. I think I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day because I'm home alone. I might voice call with Patality or something. Anyway, thank you for watching my gay video. It's over.
I like
Police, is that your
police.
statement?
I like everybody that just does their job. I mean, it depends on. I don't know.
Yeah, so I haven't made a ramble video in like a very long time. Mostly because I'm like, I'm like rarely home alone nowadays. So I decided to, hop in my car and just, make another, car ramble video like my other video. Yeah, that video was really weird because I literally like brought my laptop with me in the car with a microphone as well. So it was just this one big autistic setup. I'm like literally in a parking lot right now. It's in the middle of the night as well. And it's actually not bad scenery. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie. I feel really fucking glad. I can already feel the happiness flow through me because, I'm making another video and I haven't made a video in like so fucking long. And, shout out to the Black Ops boys, man, fuck. I can't believe how far that chat room is, lasted. Cause like I joined that chat room in like, I don't know, like October 2018. Like around there. And man, so many shit has happened since then. It's like one big adventure. And we have the Hall of Memories and all that, which is basically like a folder that I have on my computer where it's like, just funny shit that people say in the chat room. I don't take much screenshots nowadays, mostly because the folder is like getting really big. But I'll just like throw up a few of them on the screen right now just to show you like just the funny shit that just goes on in the chat room. It's definitely a fun little folder that we all like to, look back on and actually get a little nostalgic when I look at the old screenshots, because we used to be a Discord server but not anymore, and now we're like a Slack server. So when I look back on the Discord screenshots, I feel like really nostalgic. Like even like the colors of the names like just strikes me with nostalgia, you know what I mean? Like how Patality's name is, purple, Jack Goblin's name was green, David's was like orange, I think. But yeah, man. If I make another video, it's probably not going to be in a parking lot. Or rather, not in the same parking lot. That's like suspicious as fuck. So I might like spice it up a bit. Because like the way things are going right now, I'm probably not going to be home alone like anytime soon. I considered like turning on the phone camera and just recording myself, like recording my face while I ramble and all that. But I'm just like super paranoid of getting doxxed and shit. But that would be cool though. It would be kind of like Eggy or like Kent TV. Fuck, I love that guy's videos. But I don't think Kent TV makes videos about loneliness anymore. I think he makes like MMA videos now, which I haven't seen much of it, but that's probably not like the type of content that I'd be interested in, because I'm more interested in the ramble videos that he makes. He did a YouTube live stream once, and I watched that, and that was actually pretty good. Jack Goblin, he would probably like Kent TV's new videos, because I know Jack T like loves MMA. But yeah. There was actually like a really long ass silence, but obviously I'm gonna cut that out during editing, because I didn't really have a plan on what to talk about in this video, much like, pretty much every other video that I make. I just like, start recording and just ramble about whatever, because usually when I'm not recording, like a topic would come up in my mind and I would think to myself, yeah, I should talk about that in a video. But when I actually start recording, like by the time that I actually start recording, I just completely forget about it. Well, there was this one thing that I wanted to talk about. It was pretty funny, right? So like a few weeks ago, I was like kicking it with Conker and Ixu. I was hanging out with those guys, and we had just finished, buying some stuff from McDonald's. I don't know, I don't think Ixu got anything, but me and Conker bought some stuff. But as we were like walking out, Ixu walks out, Conker walks out, and then I walk out, after. So I'm like the last one of the three of us to, leave the McDonald's, right? So I opened the door, and there's a guy behind me, right? So obviously I held the door, open for him because I wanted to be polite. I held the door open for him. He walked out, and then he was like, "You're doing a good job." And I'm like, thank you. Or at least I think I said thank you. This was like a few weeks ago or like a month ago. I don't really remember. I'm sure I said thank you. So me, Ixu, and Conker were like, we continue walking. And then I think once the guy was like out of sight, Conker was like, "Hey Robert, you're doing a good job." He was like being a little shit about it. He was being a little fucking asshole about it. No, I'm just kidding. I love Conker. That nigga is chill. But now I feel like that's going to become like a massive inside joke between me and him now. Like I feel like Conker is just going to randomly say like, "Hey Robert, you're doing a good job," just over and over again. He hasn't actually done that yet, but I have a feeling that, that'll become like a meme between us. And I don't think the fact that I'm making a video about it is going to help. I really feel like, just mentioning it in a video is just adding fuel to the fire. So fuck. And like there's another thing about that hangout I want to talk about. But anyway, we're walking in Parramatta, right? We're walking past like this fucking hotel bar, right? So it's just me, Conker, and Ixu. We walked past this hotel bar, and some fucking Floyd was like, "Hi guys," and then Conker was like, "Hello," and we just kept on walking. And once we were far away enough, I was like, oh, well, that was a nice lady. It was just some random fucking void that was like outside of the bar because, you know, the bar that we walked past, it had like this long ass queue of people waiting in line, and the girl that said hi to us was in that line. So when I was like, oh, you know, what a nice lady, Conker was like, hey, you know, Robert, you know, that kind of reminds you of that old video you made where he was like referencing the video where I talked about like, you know, I walked past this house, there were like voids outside, and like one of the voids said hi to me. So Conker was like, oh yeah, you know, that kind of reminds me of, you know, that video. Dude, when that video dropped, like the chat room was like, I think Undead Hate Machine, he was like, fucking Mixtapian, holy fuck, Mixtapian got catcalled, what the fuck? Like, how do you watch that video and your takeaway from that video is, oh yeah, Mixtapian got catcalled? And the thing is, like, the chat room is hilarious, right? Because in the chat room, it's always a competition to see who is the least fake cell. And then we have the age-long, decade-long debate, who is taller, or rather, who is shorter? Because you have to remember, in the incel community, the more shorter you are, you know, the more respected you are, but the more taller you are, the more hated you are. So the century-long debate, who is shorter, David Allen Cope or Jack Goblin? Because, you know, a few months back, this was actually like a really amazing story. Like David and Uncle Co, because they live in the same, you know, area, they went to high school together and all that shit. So David and Uncle Co, they actually drove down to, you know, where Jack Goblin lives, and I think it took them like, you know, 12 fucking hours. Just such a beautiful story whenever people from the chat room, you know, meet up with each other. And you know, obviously, you know, they took photos with each other and all that, and so people would, you know, use these photos and say, you know, oh, I think David would be like, you know, fuck you, Jack, I'm shorter. There will be like this big ass debate on like which of the two are like shorter, and it's become like this massive inside joke now. Honestly, it brings life to the chat room. I fucking love you guys. Ooh, I am a monkey.